Hey everyone, it's Matsi. Happy 2026! This is just a quick reminder that while we have talked about the ATET tier for bonus episodes and other featured content on our Patreon, we've also got some other really cool tiers, such as the Nanay tier, the $15 tier where you can get a personalized 60-second message from your favorite Hainai character after the first month, as well as the Diwata tier, where you can get that message, as well as a personalized art piece from Matsi herself, also after the first month. Many of you may know that I'm not just an audio drama creator, I am also a visual artist, and if you want your very own Hainai art, you can definitely check out that tier as well. With things normalizing after the holidays, as well as a bunch of projects finally coming to fruition, I would like to focus more on Hainai in 2026, especially with the end of Act 3 coming soon. Thank you so much to everyone who stuck with us, as well as the newcomers who have begun their listening journey. We've got so much more to share this year, not just in Hainai, but in audio drama and horror in general. Manigong bagong taon, and as always, maraming salamat.
We'd like to give a special shout out to the following people for making this episode and the rest of Act 3 possible: Louis, Malaya, Reg, Daniel Athern, Osterkim, Vanna, Finch, Dr. Dan Venning, Sleepless Berry, Court, Rogue Canoe, John and Muna, Sadie, Zay the Great, Elliot Kane, and Trident. Thank you for your support. Maraming salamat.
You're listening to Hainai by Matsi Dapol. Episode 74. Bangon. So, you're okay? You're both okay? Do you need me to come over? Well, if you're sure, I'm really happy for you. I mean it. I'm proud of you, Mahal. Take care, okay? If you need me, I'm there. Love you. Hainai. I have some good news. I'm with Donna and Laura now. I don't really know how else to say it. I'm happy. I'm really happy. But I don't feel like I should be. Not now. Not with everything that's been happening. I mean, I can't regret it. Of course not. I love them so much. I love them and I want to protect them and I have a plan. I'm just not sure how it's gonna go. I wish I could talk to you about it. This is the closest I'm gonna get, so... I don't think I mentioned this before, but when the benefactor gave me a way of contacting him, he gave me a clockwork bird. It wasn't in the cage anymore, but I think it's the same one that Savard gave his son a long time ago. Now, somehow, in the benefactor's possession. They were friends, eventually. At least, from what I saw. in Marianne's memories. I don't trust it much. I lock it up in case it's listening, though I don't know if that does anything, or if I'm just being paranoid. But from what I read of Savard's spells, these things are able to store knowledge. I wonder if he ever used them to spy on people. I wonder if the benefactor does it now. I wouldn't put it past him. I trust that he's not just lying to me about his motivations. I just don't think a man who's trying to break the natural order is entirely reliable. He's a hurt man, but not a cruel man. But I need to show him a better way. After everything he's seen, he'll be hard to convince without what do you call it? Proof of concept? So, I'm doing a Sanghyang to set it free. The thing inside me that's given me power all this time. I've seen it when I use too much power, the gold breaking through my skin. I saw it when me and Donner fell off a cliff when we first encountered the Wahila. I've seen it more and more ever since, with all that I've had to deal with here in Toronto. Whatever it is, I need more of it. The power. I need more of it to protect them. It's also why I set them free. You remember? Michael and Lori. A soul and a ghost. What right did I have to hold a soul? Well, he offered it to me, and I took it. Another crack, another bit of power I allowed to seep through. Because if I didn't have that power, I couldn't have held on to a human soul. I could pretend it was because I knew it was wrong, but I wanted to punish him. And I couldn't do that if I just let him pass peacefully. So I held on. And he stayed, tucked away, in that place put aside before the crossing. A ghost is different, usually. The mark left by a soul, an imprint, or a shadow, or a reflection. A memory. But when that soul is as powerful as someone like Lori, the ghost remains clearer, more present, more real than most others. That, and she was very, very angry when she died. She's almost as lively as a soul, but not quite. Her anger, her resentment, her childlike wrath trumps all else. I don't know if the real Lori was like that. Michael was easy to convince because he sees me as his God. That was what made him monstrous. But I figure it's as good as a redemption as any, for him to save lives instead of taking them. And Lori was a bit more difficult to convince until I appealed to her worse nature. Told her she could kill elders who came my way, and certainly the nightmares that were born of their foci. Now you understand why I need as much power as I can get. I need to keep them in check, need to protect my loved ones, need to stop these elders and their foci, I need to... I know. I know there'll be consequences. I'll take them as they come. I'm the only one who really can. And maybe, with enough power, I could come home. I could fix you. If this power really is enough, I can fix everything. Her name was Anya. She had a family, she thought. I mean, she did. And then she didn't. The first time, it was because her father wanted her comfortable, but he didn't want her close. She technically still had family, somewhere in the world, but she didn't feel like it. That was why she wanted to make her own family. And she thought she did, for a while. Thought she made the family she wanted. Maybe the details were a little fuzzy, but she wasn't imagining the little bundle of joy. Was she? It was too real to be imagined. It was too real, and it was normal, she thought, to feel so weak. Because that was what parents were when their baby was born, right? Exhausted, sleepless, cold, barely hanging on. But that was okay, because she had her baby. And then she came. Anya hated her for so long. She thought she took her baby away. She thought she ruined everything. She would have been angrier if she wasn't on the brink of death. The detective who she spoke to said she was dehydrated, starved, and hadn't slept for God knows how long. It took her a couple of months to recover in hospital. They said she was like some of their coma patients, having to go from IV to solid foods. Her physical therapy was less intense, but with how much muscle mass she lost, there was still quite a bit she had to relearn. And all the while, she kept asking for her baby. All the while, the doctors and nurses told her she never had one. She had never been pregnant, never gave birth. There were no records. She did have baby things in her apartment, but none of them were actually appropriate for a newborn. It was like she was collecting them, and somehow tricked herself into thinking she must have a baby. But that didn't just happen, did it? People didn't just trick themselves into thinking they were raising a child. Right? The detective said she may have been poisoned, a carbon monoxide leak, or something in her collection. He brought them up as possibilities, but in the end, the only explanation the doctors could give her was psychosis, and she was gently nursed back to health while they wondered at her unusual case, asking questions she didn't want to hear. She missed her baby, the baby that never existed. Even if she knew how it was never real, she missed it so much. There was an empty space in Anya's heart where her cooing, warm, beautiful. Was it a boy? Or was it a girl? She didn't even know. Anya wondered where the woman was, the one that took her baby away, the one that saved her life, broke her out of her psychosis, got the police to take her to the hospital. When she asked the detective, he said he couldn't give her that information, but that she could call him if she remembered anything else about the case. Her case. So that was a dead end. But then she started looking, tried to describe her experience online. He used words like unusual, unexplainable, near death. Some comments popped up, just one or two. She was short, they said, and yes, Anya remembered that. Brown skin, black hair. That was what Anya described. Chubby, round-faced, and she had these eyes. Another comment talked about her pendant. Anya forgot about that, but she thought that was right. It must have been. Moles on her face. Anya didn't remember, but that sounded right. Then there were more as time went on. More people who saw this woman do things, inexplicable things, impossible things, about as impossible as dreaming a baby you still missed, ached for in your heart. She asked if she could meet with these other people, talk about what they experienced, what they'd seen. There was interest, and eventually, a few dates. It wasn't a family, not really, barely even friends. But it was something. That was all she really needed right now. Maybe it would be something more. Eventually. Maybe.
You're listening to Hainai by Motsi Dapul.
Hey everyone, it's Motsi, creator and showrunner of the Hainai podcast. Hainai is a podcast produced by Motsi Dapul, Yoy Halago, and Alyssa Jimenez, and licensed under Creative Commons Attribution Non-Commercial Share-alike 4.0 International License. This episode was co-produced by Jessie Goodsell and written and directed by Motsi Dapul, who also plays the role of Mary Datuin and Other Mary. If you'd like to chat with other listeners when this episode goes live, we do a live premiere every Sunday at 9 p.m. ET or Toronto time on our YouTube channel, youtube.com/HainaiPod. To help support the production of Hainai, you can subscribe to our Patreon, patreon.com/HainaiPod. You'll get to be part of our early access program, where we release episodes 3 days early on Thursday at 9 p.m. ET or Toronto time. You can also get bonus video, audio, art, and much more. Speaking of Patreon, we'd love to give a special shout out to the following patrons for all their amazing support. Maha, Mr. Drifter, Nikki Green, Cy B.A., Emily C., Lauren Morton, Prinks Variety, Didi Chenak, Chandra, Atch W., Tony Baloney, Nay, Boyo, Phoenix Luna, Kate Jordan, Tiana Harvey, Sabine, Ben, DC Squirrel, Jess Snow, Nonette Dapul, Tanisha Wesley, Mika, Anna, Sooks, Becca Terrier, Amelia Brownstein, Diana Cause, Melissa, Emma H., Faye Fungi, Pablo Neurotic, Ostra Kim, Megan, Jessie Goodsell, Malaya Light, and Victoria Goodwin. Thank you for all your support. If you subscribe at the ATET tier or the $10 tier and above, you get bonus episodes, bonus content, the full B-sides, and you get your name shouted out on every episode in the credits, just like our wonderful supporters here. If you can't subscribe monthly, you have the option to buy us a milk tea on Ko-fi. That's ko-fi.com/HainaiPod. Our ad-free Hainai album, which has our official music and full episodes from Act 1 and 2, is also available for both patrons and to purchase on our coffee shop. Check out our website, hainaipod.com, for more info, and follow us on all our socials, on Twitter, Tumblr, Instagram, Facebook, and Blue Sky, and even our YouTube posts, at HainaiPod, for updates and more information, especially when we have special events. And as always, thank you, we love you, and hanggang sa muli.